Before we get started with the video, I just wanted to say thank you for over 40 subscribers off of one video. Holy sh... thank you so much for the overwhelming amount of support and like tips and tricks that you guys have said in the comments below. I've been sick the past week, so between not being able to get out of bed and CapCut like going down after the whole TikTok ban drama, like garbage, I haven't been able to make I haven't been able to fully edit and like release a follow-up video. So this is that sort of follow-up video. I went to a case tournament yesterday, not playing Mermails, sadly. Probably should have played Mermails and I would have gotten top 8. I got 9th place with Fiendsmith, like Fiendsmith Bishul Tenpai, and I mean, if I was playing Mermail, I probably would have gotten top 8, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I didn't pull like any of the new Mermail stuff from my sneak peek, and I haven't bought any boxes because I hate opening product, especially if it's like product that I don't need much out of. Like, I figured I'd just order the cards and they come in the mail. But the one card I did get from people was the Abyssrite. This card I think is actually really good. I don't think it actually replaces Gaios. I think you play both of these, honestly. I think you play Gaios and Abyssrite, honestly. They both have their merits, I think. This is a crazy extender, by the way. Just pointing that out. Like, the deck I totally forgot this is like an extender for the deck. And this guy's just busted. He's just so good. I wanted to have a sort of discussion because I am torn on 2 builds. I see that the community is like torn on running 2 different builds of the deck, whether you're playing the Lancia build. Where's my Lancia? There it is. I just got it. I got it in the mail the other day. Whether to play the Lancia build or whether to play the build with Coelacanth. Like whether to have Coelacanth with or not Coelacanth, you know. I'm honestly torn on this too. Because, like, as good as Coelacanth is through playing through Droll, by the way, Droll is seeing a lot more play this format, so yeah, that's a problem. But yeah, no, Lancia is just like a crazy card. You could probably honestly like run all of these in the same deck. Like the problem, I think the real problem is, well, first off, bricking. Bricking on like this guy, you never want to draw this guy or the stupid fish. Or this guy, to be honest. Like, that's
brother,
you know. But whether or not you're playing Lancia is also like determined by what you want to do with the extra deck, because like there are like there's like 20 there's like 20 some cards here now, and you can only play 15, right? So you only have enough slots to for this deck. I guess I could go ahead and show you 2 different combos. If like whether or not they're like better than each other is up to you, honestly, because I think they're both good. But yeah, we're just gonna this. By the way, I am waiting for my Poseidra. I'm so happy that it's not like $30 for a Poseidra. Like, holy dude. But yeah, I'm also going to be running the trap card, the new Abyss team, I think it's called Abyss team. I think that card's actually really good. I've circled around to it. I thought it was really bad, and I thought, oh my god, we're not going to run this garbage. I've circled around to it, and I think it's actually really good, because now that I've actually, you know, read Abyssrite, this thing can just set it from deck, which is kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. Being able to like draw into like hand traps is pretty good, especially for a go first deck. Like going second, obviously you don't want to draw it, so like it's kind of a hard break in that sense. I'm gonna show off like 2 different combos, one involving Lancia and one involving Coelacanth, right? Or well, one involving just getting to Lancia, because like we can also run Abyss, or well, not Abyss. Oh my gosh. Ice Shade, the Ice Shade thing, this thing. I can never remember his name. I'm sorry. Adrian, yeah. This thing is pretty good for just shortcutting to Lancia, and also to get the material to Lancia, this doesn't like play into Detonator. So you could just go effect, like pitch a water, special this, make a token, level 3 token, and then just synchro into Lancia that way, right? Like, going second, that's like really good. And that is something that this deck still kind of struggles with. I haven't played much SUDA format with Mermail. I can tell you that Poseidra alone doesn't solve everything, right? This deck still kind of struggles going second. But yeah, Poseidra definitely helps. Like, it helps, but it doesn't solve everything, right? But anyways, besides the point, you can get the Lancia really easily. It's just getting like double Toad plus the Abyss Team Trap plus like follow-up for days is like, it's more complicated, obviously. So yeah, you're gonna normal summon your Neptivus, right? We're going to, this is the 1.5 combo, by the way. Last video's combo, apparently Deep Fried Vampire came up with it like months ago, and I swear I wasn't copying this. I swear I wasn't copying you, dude. I had just seen like, I'd seen someone in a you know when you go around YouTube and you find these like local streams, like local videos of people just playing at locals. Somebody had been doing that sort of combo, but like skipped a step or like missed a step or something. I can't remember. But that got me thinking, and then I like put 2 and 2 together, and I just kind of like regurgitated the information that I had like come across. So I swear I hadn't seen your video. But anyways, so we're gonna go normal summon Neptivus, right? Classic, fun, amazing, awesome. Look at him. We're going to activate sending Shadow Squad for cost, and we're going to add Dragoons. Fun, classic. We're going to activate Shadow Squad. We're going to summon the Abyss Pike. Pitch. You've seen this before. Like, if you've seen the last video, you've seen this before. You've seen all this stuff before. So pitch, we're going to add Abyss Rhine, and then Dragoons, going to add Ye Old Faithful, Ye Old Reliable, Moon Glacier. Sick, right? Okay, so you're gonna go Abyss Rhine, tribute the Neptivus, and you've seen all this stuff before. You know what's coming on, like you know what's happening. You know what's happening, right? This will be like the way you can hard make it without Coelacanth, which I guess could justify cutting the Coelacanth engine and stuff, and like the fish engine, I guess you could say. Anyways, we're gonna tribute these two. We're gonna grab Abyss Teus, right? Neptivus effect, bring back the Dragoons. You've seen this all before. Instead of adding heavy infantry here, we're actually going to add, where is it? Where is it? There it is. We're going to add Deep Sea Minstrel instead as our way to get into Lancia. We're going to go Teus, pitch the Minstrel, summon effective Teus. Okay, you can just add anything here, I'm pretty sure. We're just going to go ahead and add another Shadow Squad, because why not, right? For redundancy's sake, I guess. If you'll notice, after we activated, or after we summoned Teus, we have 5 Waters engraved, so yippee, here we go. Moon Glacier, rip 2 cards, because why not, right? Boom, 2 cards. Now, we are going to go link these 2 idiots off. Summon the Anemone. Anemone, summon back the Shadow Squad. We're going to pitch the just random card in our hand. Make both of these idiots 7s, and then overlay them for... We could just make Giles here and just go like the usual combo, or we can go and summon Abyss Trite. And on summon Abyss Trite, it says if it's XC summoned, you can target a level 7 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So you can actually discard Coelacanth. This random card could actually just be Coelacanth, right? And you could just bring back the Coelacanth and discard it and then get a bunch of fish out of your deck. Like, that's so sick. But yeah, we're going to use the new Abyss Trite, and we're going to summon... usually just Dragoons works here. You could just summon Dragoons. You could also summon, like, Abyss Pike back. Like, it doesn't matter. We just need a level 4 back, right? This is for our Lancia, essentially. So we're going to overlay on top of this, make the all-powerful Brasidra, link those off, summon King Neptupus, right? We're going to use Brasidra effect, pitching the Shadow Squad, and we're going to bring back Minstrel, Shadow Squad, and you could either bring back the Abyss Shrine or the Shadow Squad. It doesn't really matter. I like to bring back the other Shadow Squad because that gives your opponent less chance to realize that there's an Abyss Shrine in the graveyard. Like, if they don't keep track of that, that's just, like, that helps you with your... That's more of an advantage to you, if anything, right? So we're going to bring these here. We're just going to summon them like this, I think, if I don't get a clustered mess here. There we go. Okay, so he's over here. It's fine, it's fine. He's over here. It's okay. That'll activate the King Neptupus. We're going to search Triana, right? Here, we can actually synchro these two, and we can make Coral Dragon. Is another thing you could run in the build with like Lancia and stuff. You could summon Coral Dragon, and this also... Oh, sorry, I should probably put this here. You can also just synchro these two into Lancia. I like to put Lancia over here because it is protected by King Neptupus. So that's fun. That's great, you know. Awesome. Anyways, Coral Dragon will allow us to draw a card, so that's pretty good. Also, if you wanted to, you could be playing Abyss Team, I think it's called. You could be playing the trap card. You could detach material from Abyss Team, like go back a few steps, and you could detach material and then search Abyss Team, which is pretty sick. So I think that's definitely gonna be a one of in my list going forward. I just haven't gotten the card in the mail, right? We're gonna activate Triana. Now here's where you're like, here's another thing with your line is you could end on like, you could end on a few different things. This deck has so much versatility that you could end on a totally different board, like any different board. There's no like one default board that you need to end on with this deck, right? I just think going Lancia, especially against Ryziel, General Ryo just kind of cooks Ryziel, right? So anyways, Triana is going to bring back the other Shadow Squad. I'm going to leave this zone open so that when we summon Ryo off of Lancia, it's going to be protected from King Neptupus. So we're going to summon this over here. I'm just going to make a Virtue Dragon. And this is another thing. You could absolutely cut Virtue Dragon and cut the Virtue Stream. So summon, effect on summon. It's going to search up Virtue Stream. So that's sick. So you've gotten a draw, you've searched up Virtue Stream. You've also, if you're playing the trap card, you've also searched up Abyss Team, I think it's called. I'm just gonna keep calling it Abyss Team. I'm sorry if it's the wrong name, but anyways, also this goes to grave. I just totally forgot about that. Anyways, we can go Effective Virtue and add back, probably just add back Dragoons here. Yeah, just add back Dragoons, and you have a decent board here, right? Like, this isn't bad, but this is without Coelacanth, right? So yeah, you end on double trap cards. You're going to be able to draw a bunch of cards, search a bunch of cards. This guy gives you follow-up if they out him. This guy is just Trishula if they out him, which is kind of busted. When your opponent goes to special anything, you just go Lancia effect, summon General Ryo, and now your opponent has to essentially hand loop themselves in order to play the game, which is kind of broken. Anyways, so say you get drolled. What if you get drolled, you know? This is another thing I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on a video specifically for hand trap interactions, because you will get hand trapped. It's just the nature of modern Yu-Gi-Oh, you know? So you are going to get hand trapped, but so say you get drolled and you're on the Coelacanth build, right? You could go like, your opponent drolls you. I don't have a droll handy, or else I'd throw one on the table. Say you get drolled. Okay, so you go Neptupus effect, send Shadow Squad. Say you think you're gonna get drolled, right? So you're gonna go Neptupus effect, send Shadow Squad. You're going to add Abyss Shrine off of Neptuvus. Okay, kind of a crazy concept, right? This is also very hand dependent, because like you could have a Dragoons in hand and be able to play around Droll easy. Like you could just go for this and be able to play around Droll. But anyways, this is a combo that just plays around Droll if you don't know your hand or anything. So yeah, Shadow Squad is going to summon. So like right here, after you resolve Neptuvus, your opponent has to, you go Chainlink 1 Shadow Squad, your opponent goes Chainlink 2 Droll, right? Because your turn player, this is going to activate first. Your opponent chains Droll. What do? You know? Okay, so we're going to go Shadow Squad, summon the Abyss Pike. We're going to tribute off the Neptuvus and the Abyss Shrine, and we're going to summon Coelacanth. Not Coelacanth. Oh my gosh, well, that's stupid. I like to summon him over here in like this, below this extra monster zone, in case you need to use it, right? We're going to activate Coelacanth, pitch this card in our hand, and then summon Schiff and Abyss Pike. Because remember, this is the build that I was playing last video, where we cut Abyss Pike down to 2, we don't play Armor Shark, and we don't play Gund. So I like to summon them in defense, because that helps me remember that they are technically negated. Because Coelacanth does some of them and they're negated. So, right? Yeah. Okay, anyways. We can take these two, summoning Coral Anemone. Okay. And then we'll take these two and synchro into White Aura Porpoise, which I really like to play in the Coelacanth build exactly as this sort of card to like, as a sort of backup plan to Droll, right? So Porpoise effect on summon is going to bring back both Abyss Pikes. And remember to leave this zone open, because we're going to need to special summon the Schiff here, right? So we're going to special summon the Schiff. Now we're going to synchro these two into Adamancipator Dragite. And I like this card because Nib sees a lot of play now as something to beat Malice with, which I really like. So this could potentially, you could potentially excavate 5 and then just add Nib to hand, which is kind of good in my opinion. But we're not gonna use these 2 Abyss Pikes for materials anything just yet. We're going to banish, we're going to activate the graveyard effect of Schiff. We're going to banish, target one of our fish guys, and next turn that's going to come back, but we'll leave that on the back burner for now. Okay, so we're going to overlay these 2. And sure, this isn't like the greatest board in the world. You're playing a deck that kind of has trouble against Droll, but also doesn't auto lose to it, right? So this is just like your second avenue of what you could do. This isn't like concrete either. This could be, you could totally mess around with these combos and figure out a better combo line for yourself. This is just what I've kind of, came up with, like, after being sick for a week and not like practicing any combos. We're going to go Bahamut Shark, summon Toad, right? Cool, awesome. Now we're just going to link off the Bahamut Shark and the Coral Anemone, and we're just going to summon Abyss King. So we have 2 negates. This will come back. Okay, so this doesn't look like much. This does not look like much, right? This looks like garbage. This is Baba Booey. Total garbage. We used a 2-card combo to get here. We used Neptuvus plus this card. We still have 3 cards in hand, right? We still have 3 other cards in hand. So I wouldn't say this is a do-nothing combo, right? So anyways, it gets really good on our opponent's turn, because, well, we're not going to make Lancia on our opponent's turn, but what we're going to do is we're going to bring back, they're going to go draw standby, we're going to bring back the Schiff, summon it here. Now, when our opponent activates a spell trap, we can negate that, and then we can use Schiff, and we're not going to make Lancia because it's not a fish. You can only synchro for fishes with this. Or, well, for fish with this. We have a backup, we have a backup just like nuke the board type card, right? We could just make Goatee of the Deep Beyond and just... That's sort of another reason why I'm really torn on playing like Lancia or playing like this guy, because being able to nuke the board through Droll is kind of busted. This doesn't just nuke the board, by the way. It banishes the entire board. So you can like use your Toad negate, right? And then you'll be able to search with this. You'll be able to search the Triana with this. My board is getting messy. You'll be able to search the Triana with this for follow-up, right? And then you use Toad, and you can add back another water. So like you can add like Neptibus for follow-up, right? Pretty sick. Or you can add like Shadow Squad and then have it for fodder to draw a card and like discard this, or like discard and then draw, and then use this to summon something for like follow-up or something like that. Like you could just play on your opponent's turn. Like it's our turn, you know? It's really sick, the amount of like interaction this deck really has. And then you just like banish the board, right? So everything is gone. Well, everything your opponent has too. You are going to have to banish your King Neptibus, which is a pretty good trade-off, I think, because we're going to go draw phase, our turn, standby phase. The Goatee of the Deep Beyond comes back, and it gains 500 attack for each monster that's banished, which is kind of good. Like, this guy can get up to some big numbers. But yeah, that's been this sort of video. I would love to like spark more discussion on whether or not the fish engine is worth it, whether or not Lancia is worth it. Like, if you're playing the fish engine, if you're playing like Schiff, there's also different targets you can use for instead of Schiff that people have been talking about, but I haven't like messed around with it. So yeah, I will definitely look into those. But yeah, if you have suggestions on what to do with the build, or what to like go for in the combos and stuff, and to play around hand traps, leave them in the comments below. Also, I am waiting on Poseidra. I'm waiting on Poseidra, and I'm waiting on the trap card. They're in the mail. I will get them within like a week, and we'll mess around some more. But I do hope to take this deck to locals again pretty soon. I just need to figure out like what I want to do, like concretely what I want to do, you know? And also, I will be releasing a like basic combo guide pretty soon. Give me a week. I just recovered from being sick for like a week, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and help Mermail good deck. I like Mermail. Anyways, yeah, bye.